So looking at this stack of sources for March 1980, it is just incredible. It really feels like the whole culture is just, holding its breath.
It really is.
So today's deep dive, we're doing a fast track right into the spring of 1980 to focus on these huge cultural and tech shifts happening right as the decade opens.
And what's so fascinating is how clearly the sources show the culture is actively trying to shed the 1970s.
Yeah.
It's anticipating all the massive changes that we now think of as, the 80s.
Right, especially in things like film, music, and how we consume entertainment at home.
Exactly. It's a moment of real profound contrast.
You see that contrast immediately when you look at movies. I mean, on one hand, you have this high art, serious critical praise for Sissy Spacek in Coal Miner's Daughter.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact she actually sang all those Loretta Lynn songs.
That was the whole story. It just grounded the whole thing in this incredible authenticity.
But then on the other hand,
the sources are just as clear that people were excited to be, scared witless by John Carpenter's The Fog.
pure genre fun.
Totally. But overshadowing all of it, you can just feel the buzz in the air for what's coming that summer.
The Empire Strikes Back.
It's already dominating the conversation.
And that whole blend of critical praise and pure genre fun, it's mirrored perfectly in what was happening on the radio.
Oh, speaking of dominating the airwaves, Pink Floyd's Another Brick in the Wall is just inescapable.
Yeah, you couldn't get away from it.
And that kids' choir, right. It was everywhere. That was the sound of the established stadium rock guard.
And that's exactly why the duality is so key. Because while Floyd is on top of the charts, there's this other new hyper-modern sound starting to bubble up.
Synth-pop.
Right, what people are starting to call synth-pop. And Blondie's Call Me is being talked about as the sound of the future. It's electric, it's fast, it's a real clash on the radio.
So shifting gears just a little bit, there was this other excitement, a national excitement. The country is still riding this incredible high from the Miracle on Ice win over the Soviets. That feeling hadn't worn off yet.
Not at all. And you see that energy transfer almost immediately over to the NBA.
It does, and it focuses right on this rookie, Magic Johnson.
Yeah, the press already sees him as something special. They're calling him a generational anomaly because of his passing ability for a guy his size.
And they're already projecting the rivalry?
Oh, it's already there.
Yeah.
The sources are framing Bird versus Magic as the showdown that's going to define the entire decade of basketball.
And while you have this national unity around sports and maybe TV drama like Dallas.
Sure, Sue Ellen's drama.
Right, there was this other quieter revolution happening in the living room.
And that is the key transition. We're moving from the shared public space, the arena, the movie theater, into the private, personal one.
This is when Space Invaders lands on the Atari 2600.
Yes. And before this, home gaming was kind of niche.
Mm-hmm.
But bringing a legit, super popular arcade hit into the home, it just changes the entire market forever.
It really legitimizes the console.
Totally.
And if the Atari changed how we played at home, the Sony Walkman was about to change how we listened everywhere. The sources seem almost confused by it.
They do. The cost, the size.
I mean, we're talking about a $200 gadget. That was a fortune then.
It was a massive investment. And it was designed to replace the boombox, the big stereo. It felt disruptive because until that moment, sharing music in public was just the norm.
Right.
The Walkman is really the dawn of, personal media isolation. You aren't required to share the experience anymore.
It's all yours.
And that high price point says that your music can be a fundamentally private experience, something you consume while just walking down the street. It's
Yeah.
a radical shift.
So when you boil it all down, what does this mean for you? March 1980 was a moment completely defined by anticipation.
Yeah.
Anticipation for new movies, for new sounds and music, and for this huge cultural shift toward personal devices. It's the year we started tuning out the crowd a little.
Indeed. It's a really defining moment. And considering the cost and the sheer novelty of the Walkman back then, it brings up an important question for you, the listener.
Okay.
What expensive or maybe seemingly niche piece of technology today are you maybe a little skeptical of, but that is actually poised to become the next defining piece of personal tech for the decade ahead?